Let me ask you a question. Can you recall in the past 24 hours a single ad message that you would have seen on either television or radio or Facebook or Twitter or any of those things? How about just one? Can you think of just one? I'll be honest, I really struggled with trying to even come up with one. I just really couldn't remember. And I think that the reason is I'm getting old? No, not really, that can't be it. I'm in denial about that. But what about this? What about the fact that perhaps we have so much coming at us right now that it really is hard to remember? I mean, after all, what competes for all my time? If I have a break or a lull, I'm checking email. If I have a break or a lull in something, I might be going onto my Twitter account. The fact is that there are so many distractions, it's hard to capture our actual attention. That's actually one of the things that we have struggled with in the business that I'm actually in, this marketing, advertising, public relations, lobbying. How do we create messages that have got stickability? How do we create messages that people recall anymore when we are competing with thousands of different messages coming at us from all different places? It's actually that very real phenomenon that got us to really take a step back about 3 years ago and to say, what is it? What do we do? How do we do this differently? How do we help people to remember these very important messages that our clients all want them to hear? Well, after doing a lot of research on this, what we did is we found a couple of things. Number one, people engage with content that they really like. People engage with people that they really like, that they deem as credible. So we said, okay, how do we take and how do we merge these things all together? And from that came this birth of what we call embedded marketing. Well, simply it's this convergence of product placement, earned media, and endorsement. Let me give you an example. Many of you won't even realize this, but believe it or not, Oprah Winfrey's book club was actually embedded. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, for an author, it certainly wasn't free to be part of Oprah Winfrey's book club, but yet it was selected to be a very integral part of her content. It was content that people engaged with, the viewing audience engaged with. It was content that was believable and credible. And the effects that came out of that were remarkable. In fact, it was actually coined the Oprah effect. Let me give you an example of what I mean. From 1996 until her very last broadcast of the Oprah Winfrey Show, there were actually 70 books that were incorporated into Oprah Winfrey's book club. Out of those 70 books, take a guess how many of them you think actually made the top 10 list in USA Today. If you guessed it was 30, that wouldn't be bad. 40 would be pretty good. But if I told you 59 of the 70 books made it into the top 10 list, wouldn't you say that there's something that's special that's going on there? And that's actually what the whole point of all this is, embedded marketing. When all of the elements are right, and the storytelling is right, and the content is right, and the engagement with the personality is right, as in the case of Oprah Winfrey, it becomes a very powerful concoction of engaging people, and in this regard, selling books. It's a powerful, powerful way in which to market. This is what our embedded marketing team does, is we put together strategies and narratives and stories to help you tell your story in such a way that's going to be creative, that's going to be engaging, that's going to be educational. In the coming weeks, you're going to see more videos like this from us, but with specifics. Specific case studies, for example. And our hope is that it begins to have you think a little bit about your story, how you want to tell it. We'd be honored for an opportunity to have that discussion with you. So please, be on the lookout for some of the future videos that we'll be doing. We hope to put these out once every couple of weeks. But for now, thanks so much for watching.